A review into the 2032 Brisbane Olympics has suggested a new stadium be constructed instead of the controversial Gabba rebuild. Premier Stephen Miles will respond to the review by former Brisbane Lord Mayor Graham Quirk next hour. Joining me live now, though, the Queensland State Political Editor with the Courier Mail, Hayden Johnson. Thanks very much for your time. We've been looking on to this one. Initially, it was the Gabba. It was announced, and then suddenly it was seeming uncertain. Can you just tell us, how certain is this? It's no longer a Gabba rebuild. That will sort of be kept alive until 2032, and then it will be Victoria Park, as it might or might not be known. Is that, how definite is that for the Olympics and for the rest of sport in Queensland?
Tom, when it comes to the Olympic Games here in Queensland, it seems like nothing's certain anymore. It's been 2 years since we've won the Games, and as you pointed out, we've had the Gabba. There's now talk about another athletics stadium at Nathan being host to the athletics. We're now talking about Victoria Park. It seems like 2 years on, we really don't have too much to show for it. Graham Quirk's put two options forward in his 60-day review. He's talked about hosting the opening ceremony potentially at a new stadium in Victoria Park. 55,000 seats, would cost $3.4 billion. The other option, which he is not recommending, is upgrading the Nathan Queensland Sports and Athletics Centre, which was the host of our 1982 Commonwealth Games. So we'll wait and see. Cabinet has now discussed the options, and we're waiting to see what the Premier has to say this afternoon.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be hard, though, when they've done a review, right, and this is a clear recommendation and a clear not recommendation to go another way. Then there is the money. So the price tag for Victoria Park is more expensive than the Gabba rebuild, but the argument is you get a bit more for it and a bit more of a legacy item, and you avoid disruption. Is that what's getting it over the line?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Graham Quirk pointed out in his review that the Gabba's tired. It's a very, very bad stadium, in his words. The back of house facilities aren't good enough. They're not up to standard. Disability compliance is not there. So we need to spend money on the Gabba to keep it up to modern standards, to get it up to modern standards. So his argument is that we're going to have to spend money anyway. And Brisbane, we're growing in 2032. His argument is that the best value for money right now is a new stadium at Victoria Park. So it's a difficult one politically for the government. They go into an election in 7 months' time, and Olympics has become a pretty toxic issue, not only here in southeast Queensland, but more in the region. So it's going to be a difficult one for Stephen Miles and the Labor government to walk.
I guess it's this new stadium sort of phenomena in Australia. Hobart might have one on the way. Adelaide and Perth, they're so big and shiny and sort of state of the art that the Gabba looks bad. I've got to say, it's still got a cracking atmosphere when you're in it. But anyway, that's just my view. And when you mention the Olympics too, this is what's interesting, because usually when you win the Olympics, you've got to glow for a while. Pretty soon it's turned, as you say, toxic. Can they make this a positive again? I know there's been some environmental concerns about losing parkland, but can this shift the focus to people actually wanting the Olympics again?
Yeah, look, I think it absolutely can. I mean, part of the benefit of Brisbane winning the Games so early, 10 years out, or 11 years out, I should say, from hosting the event, is that we had this great time to plan. But the other side of that, though, too, is people have time to think. And it's been 2 years since we won the Games, and all these catalytic benefits, all these generational benefits that were promised Queenslanders haven't been delivered. When you look out of your suburban window, Brisbane can't really see the benefits of the Olympic Games just yet. So the state government and the International Olympic Committee and the Australian Olympic Committee are hoping that when Paris rolls around, Brisbane might start to see a little bit of excitement for the Games. So we're still a long way out, but I think people are sort of tired for now. They'd like to see the government get on with it, and would like to know where the athletes are going to walk on in 2032.
Yeah, all right, we'll find out soon enough where the government's heading on this. Hayden Johnson, appreciate your time.